mysterious case of Rebecca Zahau. Rebecca Zahau's death remains one of the most puzzling and controversial cases in modern forensic history. The 32-year-old woman was found hanging at the Spreckels mansion in Coronado, California on July 13, 2011. What initially appeared to be a suicide soon spiraled into a complex investigation filled with contradictions, inconsistencies, and unanswered questions. On the morning of July 13, 2011, at around 6:48 a.m., Adam Shacknai, the brother of Rebecca's boyfriend, Jonah Shacknai, called 911, reporting that he had found Rebecca hanging from a balcony. She was naked, her hands were tied behind her back, and her feet were bound. She had a t-shirt wrapped around her neck and a red rope secured to a bedpost in the guest bedroom. Adam claimed to have cut her down before attempting CPR. Paramedics arrived shortly after and pronounced her dead at the scene. However, the unusual circumstances of her death immediately raised suspicions. Rebecca was in a relationship with Jonah Shacknai, a wealthy pharmaceutical executive and the owner of the Spreckels mansion. Just 2 days before her death, Jonah's 6-year-old son Max suffered a tragic accident while under Rebecca's care. Max had fallen over the second-floor staircase railing, suffering fatal injuries that led to his death on July 16, 2011. Investigators later determined that Max had tripped over the family dog and flipped over the railing. However, the timing of Rebecca's death, which occurred before Max succumbed to his injuries, led many to believe she may have been murdered out of revenge or guilt. The San Diego County Sheriff's Department ruled Rebecca's death a suicide, claiming she was overcome with guilt over Max's accident. The official narrative suggested that she had bound herself before leaping from the balcony. However, forensic experts and skeptics raised numerous questions. How could she have tied her hands and feet before committing suicide? Why was she naked if she was planning to end her life? The phrase, "she saved him, can you save her?" was found scrawled in black paint on the door of the room where the rope was tied. What did this cryptic message mean, and who wrote it? Despite these inconsistencies, the authorities stuck with their ruling, stating that Rebecca, distressed by Max's accident, orchestrated her own death in a highly unusual manner. Rebecca's family strongly contested the suicide ruling. They pointed out that she was a devout Christian who would not have taken her own life, especially in such a disturbing way. They also hired their own forensic pathologists, who presented evidence of foul play. A second autopsy revealed 4 separate blunt force traumas to Rebecca's head. Experts suggested that these could have been the result of a struggle before she died. Additionally, there were bruises on her body, inconsistent with a simple hanging. Her family insisted that Rebecca had been murdered, possibly as a result of growing tensions within the household. At the time of her death, Jonah's ex-wife, Dina Shacknai, was devastated over Max's accident, and tensions were running high between various members of the family. The civil trial and verdict against Adam Shacknai. In 2018, Rebecca's family pursued a wrongful death lawsuit against Adam Shacknai. Unlike a criminal trial, a civil case requires a lower standard of proof, preponderance of the evidence, rather than beyond a reasonable doubt. During the trial, Rebecca's family presented forensic evidence suggesting that Adam may have been responsible for her death. They pointed out that his fingerprints were found on the knife used to cut her down, and his DNA was present on the rope. After weeks of testimony, a jury found Adam Shacknai liable for Rebecca's death and awarded her family $5 million in damages. Adam continued to deny any involvement, but the verdict was a significant moment for those who believed Rebecca was murdered. Despite the civil trial verdict,